cranberry and jalapeno jam. We added a couple more things in there. A little thing of vanilla.
Vanilla beans, some honey.
And some honey. And we got it to a boil.
We're cooking that down.
Yes.
And then we're gonna add a little bit of fruit pectin that I'm gonna put in with sugar, which is basically like fruit fiber. So a natural way to thicken it up.
Okay.
And it will dissolve better if you'll mix it in with your sugar first.
It's like a cornstarch.
Yeah, with cornstarch, usually you mix it in with a little bit of liquid, but the fruit pectin, we're gonna mix it in with the sugar. And now we're gonna get ready to crank out some more delicious pork.
Yes.
That we got from Glenn and Honey.
Yes. We went to a trip in Brenham, Washington County. We met a really great guy named Glenn Boudreau, and he owns Jolie Vue Farms.
Right.
Lots of little piggies. Y'all take a look.
Those guys are probably 4 months old, and they'll go up to, you know, at least a year. Some of them get older than that. My maternal grandparents were dairy and vegetable farmers, and Papa's farm was called Fairview. He's the only Englishman at my grandparent level. Everybody else is French. So we wanted to name it Fairview, but there are some Fairview ranches in the county, and so we just converted it to French. The French of Fairview is Jolie Vue. We've owned this since '89. I bought it in '89, so 25, 26 years. It'll be 26 years in October. We always had cattle. Yeah, that's what kind of got me going on what we're doing now. Honey was looking for something to do, and I said, well, you know, why don't we incorporate the farm and grow grass-fed beef and free-range animals? And she foolishly agreed. I was trying to figure out, my grandfather raised 5 beautiful children, all of which were very healthy, and my grandparents lived to 89 and 93 respectively, and they were born in the late 1800s. So that was extremely old for their generation. But you know, they didn't call it organic then, they just called it farming, you know. This is not only self-sustaining, but it's good for the environment. There's no big carbon trapper than grass. We trap more carbon out here than you do in Yosemite Park with the biggest, you know, trees and forest and so on. We bring our customers out here and tell them they can come anytime they want. If they see something they don't like, they can quit us, but you're not going to see anything you don't like out here.
I have such a hard time getting over the love of the animal. All Gar sees is meat. And then I'm like, oh, that's precious little pig. Let's save him.
Yeah.
Run, baby, run!
So I got you a towel for that.
What is this?
It's a pig, and it says, I like big butts, and I cannot lie. And I think pig butts is even more appropriate.
Are you trying to tell me something?
No. I'm talking about the pigs here.
Yeah, it's about the pigs. It's all about the pigs.
Okay, changing the subject.
Thanks,
Let's crank out some pork.
I'll use it proudly. Save the pig.
This is something you don't always see. This is pork porterhouse. So it's the same sort of giant T-bone cut you think about for beef, but this is pork. So it's kind of the new direction pork's going, some cuts that people are more familiar with.
Yeah.
So I'm going to season this on both sides. We have cranked up the heat on our cast iron skillet.
The big cast iron skillet.
That is the big daddy. Okay, now if you want a restaurant quality sear, then what you really want to do is make sure that you have high heat, that we cook with a lot of oil, and that we maintain it. We just keep that heat up. So if you start
really hot.
Yeah, you want to start really hot, and you want to make sure you turn the heat back up as it's going.
Okay.
And if you want a little bit of extra help for getting some nice sear, I'll just take some of this reduction here, and I'm going to smear that on.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to do something that I'm officially supposed to tell you not to do at home.
What is that? Don't double dip?
Don't double dip, right? That seemed like it's wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Except that what's happening right now, What's happening with the pork? We're gonna cook it later, right?
Uh-huh.
What's happening with that jam right now?
It's boiling.
We're cooking it. So this is not something that in a restaurant they'll ever do, but at your house, I'm kind of like, why are we gonna go get 4 new spoons or pull this out separately?
Because I'm all about keeping it clean.
And it is clean.
Are y'all with me on that?
That's in a boil. We're gonna cook that down for about 20 minutes.
They're telling us to wrap. We gotta take a quick commercial
We're gonna
break.
start searing.
We're gonna sear?
We are.
We'll get that
During
meat
the
on that
commercial
sear.
break.
During that commercial, look how beautiful this is gonna be. Listen.
Ooh, listen to that. That's the sound I like to hear.
We've got a fantastic audience, and we thank you for watching. Stay with us. We'll be right back.